If you've ever tried to read about the Nigerian stock market and you felt like everyone was speaking a completely different language, this video is for you. Bull market, market capitalization, bear market, Nigerian All-Share Index, PE ratio. If you've ever seen these words and it made you close a tab and walk away because you didn't understand, I completely get it. I used to be there too. In this video, I'm going to break down the 12 most important Nigerian stock market terms that you need to know as a beginner. So by the end of this video, you'll be able to read a financial news headline about the NGX and know exactly what they're talking about. Let's get into it. The first term is share. A share is simply a small piece of ownership in a company. Think of it this way. Imagine MTN Nigeria is a pizza cut into 1 billion slices. When you buy one slice of MTN Nigeria, you own a piece of that company. So you are a part owner of that company, as small as your piece is. So the price of the share depends on how the company is performing and the amount of people willing to buy or sell. So that is it. That is what a share is. A stockholder, also known as a shareholder, is simply someone who owns shares of a company. So the moment you buy Dangote Cement, you become a stockholder of Dangote Cement. You are now one of the owners of the company and you have a right to portions of its profits and a say in certain company decisions through your votes at the annual general meeting. Exchange is simply an organized marketplace where shares are bought and sold. Think of it like the regular market where you go to buy food, electronics, gadgets, but instead, what is bought and sold here are shares. The exchange provides the infrastructure, the rules, and the security needed to trade safely and orderly. If this video is making sense to you, drop a thumbs up. It genuinely helps this video reach more people who need to see it. NGX stands for the Nigerian Exchange Group. It is Nigeria's official stock exchange. It's the marketplace where Nigerian public companies are listed and traded. When a company like Dangote Cement or Zenith Bank wants to sell shares of its company publicly, it lists on the NGX. And when you want to buy shares of these companies, you go through the NGX via a stockbroker or investment apps like Trove or Bamboo. The NGX is headquartered in Lagos and operates Monday to Friday from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. And these are the hours in which shares are bought and sold. The bull market is when stock prices are rising generally across the market over a period of time. Investors are confident, optimistic, and buying. The economy is usually doing well. The name comes from the way a bull attacks. It thrusts his horn upwards. So the bull market prices are going up. Your portfolio during this time is doing well. New investors are entering the market and financial news tends to be positive. This is usually an exciting time when investing feels easy. Bear market is the opposite. It is when generally prices are falling. Investors are pessimistic, selling, and fearful. The name comes from the way a bear attacks. It swipes its paws downwards. So a bear market means that the prices are going down. Bear market usually feels uncomfortable for new investors. But here's what experienced investors know. This is an incredible buying opportunity because you get to buy company stocks at cheaper prices. Later in this series, I'll tell you how to handle bear markets. But for now, just know that bull and bear markets are a normal part of investing and neither lasts forever. Market cap or market capitalization is the total value of a company measured by the stock market. You can calculate it simply by saying the share price of the company multiplied by the total number of shares in existence of that company. So if Zenith Bank, assuming Zenith Bank says they have 10 billion shares and each share is trading for 30 naira, this is just an example. So the market capitalization would be 300 billion naira. This is what the entire stock market is saying Zenith Bank is worth. Remember, this is just an example. So market capitalization helps you know the size of the company. So large companies like Dangote Cement and MTN Nigeria are big, established, and generally more stable, while small car companies are smaller and can be volatile. In a later video, we'll talk about this when we are discussing how to pick stocks. Dividends are a portion of a company's profit that it pays directly to its shareholders. When a company like Zenith Bank has a profitable year, its board of directors may decide to share some of its profits with people who own shares in the company, and this payment sent directly to you is called dividend. Not all companies share their profits. Some of them reinvest to grow the business. However, many Nigerian companies have a history of consistently paying dividends like Zenith Bank, GT Bank, and Cement. The beautiful thing about dividends is that you do not have to do anything like sell. All you have to do is hold your shares and the money comes to you. So it is the closest thing to passive income as investing gets. Honestly, dividends might be my favorite investing concept. Comment passive income if this got you excited too. Capital gains is the profit you make when you sell a share for more than you paid for it. Simple example, you buy 1,000 shares of MTN Nigeria for 150 naira per share. So 6 months later, that share now costs 200 naira. You sell. You make a profit of 50,000 naira. So the capital gains here is 50,000 naira. Capital gains only occur when you actually sell the shares that you bought. So if you're holding the shares and you make profit, like the price increase, like in this case from 150 naira to 200 naira, and you don't sell, it is called an unrealized gain. You have made the profit, but the money has not come to your account, so it's just the profit on paper. The portfolio is simply the collection of all your investments. So assuming you have shares of Zenith Bank, GT Bank, and Dangote Cement, these three companies make up your portfolio. So it's simply a basket of your investments. A good portfolio is usually diversified. That means it is spread across different sectors and different industries, like different companies, so that if an investment performs badly, your financial situation does not just destroy overnight. In a later video, we'll talk about how to make a proper NGX portfolio. The NGX All-Share Index is a number that represents the overall performance of the Nigerian stocks listed in Nigerian exchange. Think of it like a temperature reading for the entire Nigerian stock market. So if the All-Share Index goes up, that means on average, the Nigerian stocks went up. So if it falls, that means the stocks on average fell too. When you hear on the news that the market closed higher today or the market lost 2%, they're talking about the All-Share Index. You will also hear about other indices like the NGX Banking Index, which tracks the Nigerian banking sector, or the NGX Consumer Goods Index. These indices tracks the performance of specific sectors, not the entire market. So you can check the NGX All-Share Index on the NGX website, on Bloomberg, or other financial sites like ProShare and Nairametrics. Blue chip stocks are shares in large, financially sound, well-established companies that have a long track record of reliable performance. The name comes from poker. Blue chips are the highest chips on the table. On the NGX, the blue chip stocks include MTN Nigeria, Zenith Bank, Nestle Nigeria, GT Bank, and so on. These companies have been in Nigeria for decades and have a robust balance sheets, and tend to weather economic downturns better than smaller companies. For a beginner, blue chip stocks are the safest starting point because they are less volatile and more liquid, meaning they are easy to buy and sell, and usually they pay consistent dividends. So the trade-off is that these companies will not make you rich quickly, but they will not go bankrupt overnight. So for a beginner, I believe stability is more important than excitement, right? Tell me what you think in the comments. If any of these terms surprised you today, drop it in the comments. Tell me which of these terms you never knew before today. So let's do a quick recap of the 12 terms we just covered. Share, a piece of ownership in a company. Stockholder, someone who owns shares of a company. Stock exchange, where shares are traded. NGX, Nigeria's official stock exchange. Bull market, when prices are rising. Bear market, when prices are falling. Market capitalization, the total value of a company measured by the stock market. Dividends, the profit payments paid directly from the company to the shareholders. Capital gains, the profits you make from selling a share at a higher price. Portfolio, your total collection of investments. NGX All-Share Index tracks the performance of all the Nigerian stocks listed on the NGX. Blue chip stocks, shares of a well-established, financially sound company. 12 terms. Now you speak the language of the Nigerian stock market. Next week, I'm going to show you the best investment apps in Nigeria, and I'm going to compare them side by side so you know exactly which one to use and why. This video will save you from making a very expensive first mistake, so you don't want to miss any step. Drop a comment if you enjoyed this video and subscribe. I post every week and each video builds on the last, so you do not want to miss a step. I can't wait to read your comments. See you next week.